Welcome back. Boy, there's been a lot of moisture out in the atmosphere today, but not a lot of it's carried into our area, which is that double-edged sword. Yeah, we need the rain, but then again, if it moves over one of the burn scars, it could get a little hairy for us. But as you know, it's a good old monsoonal plume of moisture moving up over top of the state right now. But overall, we have stayed very clear here into the Colorado Springs area. Just a few sporadic showers down south into the Trinidad area. Los Animas County, it's been a little more active there. And as the evening progresses, everywhere from Trinidad over to Springfield, likely going to see some shower activity. But for our area up north, we still do have some showers over the mountains, which potentially could move toward the burn scars. So we're going to continue to track those as the evening progresses. But overall, a lot clearer evening than what was expected yesterday. So as for the SkyCast, here's how things are painted in for us. Again, we have that little cell just to our west right now. That potentially is going to track right toward the burn scar area, but notice right when it gets north of Colorado Springs, it takes a dive, and that seems to be the big story today. Either the storms have gone to our north or hit up against Pikes Peak and just ducked right around us, which is not a bad thing, and that's what helped to instigate all the shower activity and that grapple up there on top of the summit. So it's kind of an interesting day there. But again, big band of shower activities that is basically moving all the way across the state this evening, and it still lingers up through Canyon City. So I know Salida, Canyon City, you guys have seen a lot of rain today, and it's going to continue as the evening progresses. But again, that southeastern corner of the state is where most of the shower activity has been tracking to. Into the evening hours tonight, just overall cloudy conditions. That does start to clear up into your Monday morning, but we're looking at a much cooler week to follow with a few clouds again to start off your Monday morning commute. But again, as that afternoon wraps around, we do have a pretty good chance of some cells developing over the high country and moving right toward those burn scars. So again, the threat is not completely gone. We still need to monitor these storms and track them over the next few days as they progress. But overall, I think we've really dodged a bullet today. Lows tonight into the 50s into the higher elevations, 60s out east, 66 into La Junta there, about 64 into Pueblo, 60 into Colorado Springs tonight. Tomorrow, back into the 70s. It's a nice bit of relief after the triple digits. Even places like Lamar, La Junta, you guys are only touching 79 degrees tomorrow. Canyon City, 77, and Colorado Springs, about 73. Over the next few days, again, that risk of rain does still linger, but overall, it is going to start to taper off as the week progresses. So are the temperatures. Look at that, 67 by Wednesday. You can almost call that chilly after some of the temperatures we've seen over the past few days. Pueblo, the same story. Into the 70s and the 60s, all for your overnight lows there. But again, just a few sporadic thunderstorms moving through the area. Again, Monday still has that risk, and then Tuesday does have a risk of some storms developing over the burn scar area. But for the most part, it is going to clear out as the week progresses. 70s into Canyon City with 50s for your overnight lows. And Teller County, roughly the same story, only into the 60s and a few 40s for your overnight lows. So still some moisture in the atmosphere. Overall, it's going to be a cool week. We'll still want to monitor those storms, but the biggest concern, I think we dodged that bullet today. So.
Yeah, Pikes Peak really helped us out.
Exactly. That was our best friend today. Like I said, I don't think the tourists would agree with that, but